Counselor? There's a raccoon stuck in the vending machine.
That's so annoying. I wanted a snack.
Welcome to Trail Mix.
Our mini episodes from Camp Counselors podcast.
Each week, the stories come from you, our Camp Shady Birch campers.
We want to hear your juicy gossip,
Top secret confessions,
embarrassing and scary stories,
and sprinkle in our sage counselor advice.
Trail Mix is for the campers.
And God, do we love ya.
Hey, happy campers.
Welcome back to Trail Mix.
This is our mini episode where we read listener-submitted stories brought to you like listeners like you. Thank you.
You said listeners like you.
What is that?
You said like listeners like you.
Brought to you by listeners like... What am I supposed to say?
Brought to you by listeners like you.
Oh, you
just added another word.
Yeah.
Well, I also should mention, if you're new here, like, this is not the main episode. This is like a different show. We have two different shows under the same thing.
Under the same umbrella. Well, this one has a different intro. I feel like people get that, but it is the same show.
Well, I did keep it helpful for new campers.
Yeah.
Oh, it's open enrollment.
Oh, yeah. Hey, it is open enrollment, everybody. If you are not caught up on any of the lore, you can go to our website. There's a little tab that says lore. If you feel left out of anything and you're like, what the actual fuck is going on in this podcast on this very day, that'll catch you up to speed.
Yeah, Sandwich actually, he uploaded it. He took a coding class in our tech tower.
I was not expecting a tech tower.
You've never been to our tech tower?
Oh, is it by the annex?
No, it's by Cabin 17.
Oh.
It's actually just a tree mount with a Wi-Fi extender box in there, and there's a fax machine, nothing else.
We have no tree houses in this camp. Isn't that crazy?
We do have the tree. Did you not hear tech tower?
Oh, that is a tree house?
Well, yeah, there's no like tea and crumpets in there. It's just the Wi-Fi extender and the fax machine. But if you want to bring a book up there, I guess it's fine.
See, to me, it's like the Keebler Elves tree where it's not an actual built out. It's within.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll accept that.
There's probably a little owl in there too.
Well, to start today's episode off, I had an interesting call with my mother yesterday.
Okay.
She brought something up that I didn't realize.
Oh, God.
Thanksgiving this month is the 28th. To you, as a woman who doesn't host holidays, that means nothing to you, isn't it? Do you have a feeling towards that?
Well, it's Miley Cyrus's birthday.
Exactly. What a gay. My mother, as a proud hoster of the family, she was like, this is too late. Thanksgiving is never this late. It's usually the 25th or 26th. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, does it really matter? Like, who cares? My mom goes, it totally matters. You know why?
The moon cycle.
That's not why it matters to my mom, but thank you.
Why does it matter?
It matters to my mom because she always puts up her Christmas tree the day after Thanksgiving. She goes, if I wait until Black Friday, I only have 27 calendar days until Christmas. That's not enough time for her, nor me.
So if you're hosting, she doesn't want the tree to be up.
Well, my brother hosts technically, actually, but it's more of like a tradition for her. And she was saying that like, okay, that gives me less than 30 days before Christmas for the tree. And my mom is like me. Well, not like me, actually. That's not true. She decorates her tree like over a week. She hangs a couple, takes a step away, looks at it, kind of modifies. I like it. She always does a great job. She's an eye for it.
Yeah, you know where everything needs to go. Everything has a new home every year.
So yeah, she's like, we're discussing. We're like, we got to put it up before Thanksgiving. I like to anyways, but
I think it's okay to bend the norms a little bit. I think it's okay because time is a construct and we're all going to be dead one day.
I think the minimum for me is 30 days before Christmas. Preferably, I'm a 45-dayer.
I feel like I'm ready.
Yeah, I don't think we have time this week, but I think when we get back from tour, because as of right now, we're on our way to Philadelphia for our Philadelphia show when this episode airs.
Hey, Philly.
Hi, Philly. We're in your city.
We're in you.
Eggs.
Ew.
I don't know why I said that. But yeah, so I think when we come back next week, we'll go to the storage unit, get the tree, and put it up.
Yeah, we have our little pumpkin here still.
Our pumptini?
Yeah, our pumpkins still.
Pumpkins go to Thanksgiving.
Poor pumpkins.
Why? They have a long time. They have a longer shelf life than the Christmas trees do.
No, I know, but I mean, think about like the jack-o'-lanterns. Well, first they have to go through all the torture of being,
assaulted.
Yeah. And then people are like, okay, well, Halloween's over. Chuck it in the bin. They're a winter vegetable. Technically, they're not even ready yet.
Well, if you cut something open, it's going to rot.
Oh my God. I think the apple's rotten right to the core.
Well, to our Christmas celebrating campers, I implore you to set up early.
And to our smilers out there, I know you're pissed at me because I just checked and Miley Cyrus's birthday is November 23rd.
You're making things up. And that's more of a Thanksgiving day.
No, this is literally a fact check. Miley Cyrus, can you see that? Sandwich will zoom in on it. She was born in Franklin, Tennessee. And her board name is not Miley. It is Destiny Hope.
You love to say that.
Well, I told you, and I thought everybody knew, but you were shook.
No one knows.
Did anybody not know that Miley Cyrus's name is Destiny Hope?
Someone out there is saying, I didn't know that. And they're going to share that with their coworkers and their children.
Share it today. Sharing's caring.
I was thinking about our Jewish campers.
Mm-hmm.
I was like curious because I was like, Hanukkah is so elusive. And it kind of does also have that like migrating date. Last year, Hanukkah was early. So last year, Hanukkah was December 7th through 15th. I'm not sure what to the Jewish community is like a normal time frame. But obviously the dates, I looked up, the dates of Hanukkah change each year on the Gregorian calendar because the Hebrew calendar is based on the moon cycle, while the Gregorian calendar is based on the Earth's movement around the sun.
I said moon cycle earlier and you called me a fool.
So last year, like I just said, it was December 7th through 15th. Guess when Hanukkah is this year, when it starts?
December 14th.
December 25th.
Oh, wow.
Christmas.
Oh, it starts December 25th?
Yes.
Okay,
that seems late.
That seems really late.
I'm curious for our Jewish campers. Is that late for you? Because that seems late for you.
That's late for me.
It ends January 2nd. Their Hanukkah is going into the next year. I know.
What a fun time, though. That's like, there's a lot going on. That's the 1 week when everybody's off. The Hanukkah monster comes.
I'll go to Shabbat.
Okay.
Is that what it's called? Shabbat.
Yeah.
I'll go to Shabbat. Someone invite me. I'll bring a dish. I always wanted to do it.
Aaron will literally invite you.
From Roni.
Real Housewives of New York.
I'll bring tequila. She's like, already got it. But yeah, just some holiday updates because you guys need to get your calendars together. We've been looking at the camp calendar group. There's a group of you who come together every week and you just kind of work on your calendar and it's a mess. You guys are so confused. So that's all I'll say about that.
Yeah, that's all we really can say because that's all there is to it.
Let's get into today's episode. How about that? Okay, I have a story about a truly nasty confession involving a glow stick.
I've got a story regarding a concert ticket that tore a friendship apart.
It always does. And a camper who lost a fight against an airport escalator. Let's get into it. This is a really big secret. Thank God we're on a body of water. This is Confession Canoe. Welcome back to Confession Canoe. Okay, so y'all know the deal. Let's just get right into today's confession. Hey, camp counselors.
Hey.
Hi. I have a confession that's been locked away for about 17 years. Back in 2007, I got married to my fiance and we moved into an apartment right next door to my best friend and her fiance in San Diego. It was a fun time, our own little Melrose place, but without the drama. That's fun. I would like that.
I would love the drama.
One day, my new husband and I had done some day drinking at a party and headed back to the bedroom for some nunu-nana time. You guys are catching on. I'm obsessed. Thank you for like indulging us and saying nunu-nana as much as you are because I'm seeing it a lot.
And there have been a little bit of mixed emotions about it.
Have people been negative towards nunu-nana?
Yeah.
Who?
Somebody had, I don't remember if it was
One
a review
person?
or not. No, I think it was on a review. It was like 5 stars, but please, I beg of you, stop saying nunu-nana. And to that I say,
Nunu-nana.
Nunu-nana won't.
I paused our action, feeling silly, and left the bedroom.
Okay, so they're mid-pork.
They're porking. They're pork rolls. You see, dear counselors, I had remembered a party favor we were given a few hours earlier. A glow stick. I retrieved said glow stick, cracked it, shook it up, then inserted it partially into my lady bits, and walked back into the bedroom, glow stick a-glowing, hanging from my nanny. We laughed and laughed, took it out, and carried on. No, because this is a camper who knows what nunu-nana is. Because it's like nunu-nana can be anything, but like putting a glow stick up your nunu-nana is so nunu-nana core.
No, that is like...
It's so freaky. I love it.
That's a nanny ornament.
That's like funny. That's like just being creepy and clever.
Yeah, but I have had them break on me. Well, is it the glow stick? You know the really thick ones that have like a cap at the bottom that you can hang on a necklace?
Babe, she didn't send a fucking chart here, so I'm not sure which one she put up her...
Oh my God. But then the bracelet ones, those can break. And I'm not a doctor, but I would not recommend this.
Under the right circumstances, I would also participate. So after our adult time, we headed out with my friend and her fiance to play pool at a bar down the street. I told my friend about the glow stick antics, and she thought it was hilarious. As we were about to enter the bar, I took the glow stick out of my pocket and slid it into her open purse.
She brought it.
She brought it. and she threw it in her friend's purse as a joke, tee-hee-heeing the whole way.
Camper, you're a freak. I love it.
When we got to the pool hall, my friend reached into her purse to get her wallet and saw the stick. You bitch, she joked before tossing it on the pool table next to ours. Now we're foul because now we're sharing bodily fluids with a pool table.
And it was definitely not sanitary and not OSHA approved.
No, it's scary. It's spooky and it's freak behavior after freak behavior.
We don't endorse. However, we will giggle.
I'm not upset. Later on, a group of guys went to the table and started playing pool. I looked over and someone had put the glow stick in their pitcher of beer.
What would possess someone to do that?
When you're drunk and you're feeling creepy.
Okay.
But it is like a public place, and this is like a glow stick that was on a table. So how would you put that in the liquid of your mouth? I would pick it up and be like, woo! I would definitely pick it up, but I wouldn't put it in my beer.
You're going to rethink it.
I pointed it out to my friend, and we were all dying laughing. They were roaring.
Did she write that?
No, I said that. Later on, that Nunana is catching on. Roaring is not. It's okay.
I think it is. I saw it in a couple submissions. My mom won't stop saying it.
Because
she just always started saying it. She's always, we were roaring.
Your mom has always said that.
Rory Culkin.
Well, later on, as we sat at the bar, that was funny, actually. I'm sorry. Rory Culkin.
Thank you.
I just wanted to go back and say that.
Okay.
Later on, as we sat at the bar having some drinks, I looked over and witnessed one of the now drunk guys. He had taken the glow stick out of the pitcher and had it in his mouth. Pause for the cause.
And you know what?
What?
He did what he did. If you're immature enough to put it in your mouth, it is what it is.
Well, it's been sanitized now in the Coors Light.
Hey, they have alcohol wipes. Alcohol cleans all sins.
It does. Well, our camper was dying. My super chill husband just goes, I don't know how I feel about that.
Oh, he was giggling. He loved it. He's a little watcher. Was it a cuck?
They left.
I'm sorry, I called your husband a cuck. He's not.
Yeah, that was fresh. Well, moral of the story is don't put things in your mouth that you find laying around at the pool hall. Love you. Signed, the glowing girl in cabin 4.
Glowing girl in cabin 4. Oh my God, she goes to the PTA meeting and it's just like glowing.
No, because we were doing cabin searches this week. We were going through doing our midnight walk and I saw some glowing aura coming from cabin 4, multiple girls. So I don't know what you're doing to corrupt our cabin 4 girls, but y'all are freaks.
Witch. She's a witch.
She's like, I'm not a witch. I just have some crazy thoughts.
I've just been to Party City and I put it in my
Party
ham
City.
wallet. Oh my God, her Party City.
That's her Party City.
That is so fun and freaky to call it a Party City.
Your new Nana was a Party City that night.
And I love that. This episode of Camp Counselors is sponsored by Green Chef. Fall is in full swing, and while our days are shorter, our to-do lists are not. But luckily, Green Chef can make your busy weeks easier with home delivery of step-by-step recipes and quality whole foods, including organic fresh produce in every box. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for clean eating, so you can feel good about creating good-for-you meals with limited processed ingredients. Plus, the ingredients are not only high quality, but come pre-measured and prepped. Every week, you'll find menu options for every lifestyle, from Mediterranean meals to customizable plant-based options and certified gluten-free recipes. Green Chef makes it easy to support whole body health with wellness-focused solutions for every meal, from breakfast to dessert. Go to greenchef.com/camp50 and use code CAMP50 for 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next 2 months. That's code CAMP50 at greenchef.com/CAMP50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next 2 months. Green Chef, the #1 meal kit for clean eating. Are we qualified to be giving advice? No. Are we going to do it anyway? Absolutely. Welcome back to Dear Counselors. Have you got a question? Are you itching for answers? If you need advice, we are here to give it. We are non-certified. We are non-denominational. We are non-dairy creamer. We've got it all here. So you can write in at campcounselorspodcast.com.
Non-dairy creamer. We just got non-dairy vodka sauce into our house.
How do you feel about it?
I don't have feelings about it because I just haven't tried it yet. So I will not give any brand free press unless it's good. So
we'll test it and we'll come back.
put a pin in that if you can.
Put a pin in it in the bulletin board. All right, so this camper needs our help.
Okay.
Listen up. Okay, here we go.
This is it.
Hello, sweethearts. That's sweet.
I don't know if we've ever gotten that one before.
I don't think we've ever gotten it. Everybody, if we get a little crafty with how we're addressing us, that's fun. It
That
puts a
made me
smile on
flutter.
my face. Yeah.
I feel fluttery.
Yeah.
Butterfly like.
Okay, that means we have to take this seriously.
Okay, sorry.
Before I start, I want to thank you for making my commute so much more tolerable. Well, you're so welcome. I love that it feels like you two are in the car with me yapping. Love ya.
Love
I
it.
totally get it. We're in the back seat. You haven't given us snacks. You haven't ordered us anything from the drive-thru.
Get me a Happy Meal.
Please. I want the girl toy. So I wanted to write in today to ask for advice.
Okay.
I recently had a huge fight with a friend. Let's call her Miranda. Miranda and I have been close for a few years. A few months ago, I bought tickets to a concert that we were both excited to see and planned to go together.
Eras Tour.
Possibly. They didn't say who it was, and I was like, why are we being coy? Who was it?
It's the Eras Tour.
It sounds like it might be more embarrassing than that, but this is an embarrassment-free zone.
Could it be more embarrassing than going to see the script?
Well, therein lies a question. I paid for both tickets on my credit card. And then Miranda sent me the money to cover her ticket.
Okay.
Okay, fine. We're good. Fast forward a week before the show. Miranda says she's so sorry, but she's unable to go to the concert because she had just spent a lot of money recently fixing her car. I told her I completely understood and that I would try to help her sell her ticket. After that conversation, Miranda didn't say much and did not try to sell the ticket herself.
Okay.
Mind you, Miranda did pay for this.
Yeah.
But now there's just a ticket and our camper is going alone.
Yeah.
Because our camper still wants to go, okay? And fast forward again to the night before the concert. I was unable to sell her ticket. However, I had a friend, let's call her Lizzie, who had expressed interest in going to the show. But the ticket price was a bit too expensive. I told Lizzie that Miranda was not going to go to the show and I had already received the money back for the ticket. But why waste it? So I gave Miranda's ticket to Lizzie. While at the concert, Lizzie bought me a band tee as a token of appreciation and we had a blast. So are you following?
Yeah, I already see where the advice is going to come in and this is challenging.
Fast forward a few more days. I was taking a break from doom scrolling on Instagram to find that I had 20 text messages from Miranda. She was so upset that Lizzie went to the show with me and that she deserves to have her money back for the concert ticket. She went on to say that it's not about the money, but she was more upset that I didn't tell her ahead of time that Lizzie was going to be taking her seat. I ended up sending the money for the ticket back, even though I think it's unfair considering the fact that Miranda hadn't even tried to sell her own ticket and the concert was days ago. So the concert's days ago at this point, and our camper here was going to be going to the show alone. Miranda called herself generous and then told me that I am selfish. Question mark. I think Miranda is selfish because she is the one who canceled at the last minute and expected me to pay for an empty chair and go to the concert alone. It's been a couple days and I still feel terrible. Miranda told me that I used her to pawn off a free ticket, but I truly did not mean it to come out that way.
No, of course you didn't.
If the roles were reversed and I were to cancel on her, I would 100% pay for my ticket that I already said I was coming to and consider it a loss.
Okay.
We've always had a friendship that is worry-free about money. So I'm not sure what changed. I mean, we aren't rich or anything, but we do live in a major city, so money comes and goes pretty quickly. Then I find out after Miranda had told me she needed to use money to fix her car, she had additionally gotten Botox and hair extensions. So which is it, sis? Are you broke or not?
Okay, now we're just being petty and I love it.
I know. This is also fresh. Like this just
Yeah,
happened.
of course. Speak your truth. That's why it was the Eras Tour and it was specifically in New Orleans.
It could have been. It could have been. There's been plenty of times one of us covers the bill and then the next time the other one does. Part of me never wants to invite her anywhere again, but at the same time, that feels extreme on my part. Do you think she secretly is jealous that Lizzie was able to come to the concert with me?
Yes.
Is it really about the money? Am I the selfish one for getting the ticket money and a t-shirt out of this whole situation? What do I do? Please help. Sincerely, the camper in a rock tee, eating lunch alone in the cafeteria.
Oh no, come sit with us, sweetie.
Yeah,
sweetheart.
More than welcome, sweetheart. Okay. I want to hear your thoughts.
So just to clarify, Miranda, so our camper has the 2 tickets because she purchased them and then Miranda sent her money. So when our camper went to the concert, she technically had not given Miranda any money for her ticket.
Correct. Like it was...
Because it wasn't her responsibility. Because she was just in ownership of them because she bought the tickets.
Yes. And it was like, well, it's an empty seat and I don't want to go alone.
So camper, I would have done things differently. I don't think you're in the wrong. I think what we're going to do, it's an empty ticket. But I would have given Miranda a heads up.
I agree.
Also, why... Okay, Miranda, you're strapped for cash. I get that. You already paid for the ticket. So why didn't you just go? You live in the major city, assuming that like is transportation the issue?
And
like, why didn't you just go?
No, it doesn't make sense to me because if she was strapped for the money, why would Miranda not have tried
harder to sell
the ticket?
But if you couldn't sell it, you already bought the ticket. So it's like, just go. You already paid for it.
And you were going to eat the money anyway.
Yeah.
But now you're pissed because Lizzie went.
You don't have to buy a beer.
Right.
Like, just go and be sober. Like, no one's saying you have to spend money there. You know who the real winner is?
Lizzie.
Lizzie's like, I'm fine. Does Miranda know Lizzie?
I don't know. And I feel like
we needed that. We needed that camper.
It's giving Miranda Lizzie Gordo vibes, and Gordo needs our help desperately.
Yeah, I think maybe if they do know each other, there is a little bit of tension there because it's like, okay, I think that might be the jealousy issue.
I feel like it could be a jealousy thing, especially if she doubles down and says that money is not the issue. I don't know. I feel like there's a piece missing. I would love to hear Miranda's side. Camper, I'm 100% on your side, but I feel like
it doesn't sound that way.
No. I just feel like there's pieces missing that I need everything to better help the situation.
Why did she not go if she paid for it?
I don't know, and that's what's confusing for me. Or why would she not just try to sell the ticket if she's strapped for cash?
Maybe she tried and we just didn't understand that she tried. She didn't try hard enough.
Perhaps, but for her to come back and say that the reason that she was pissed, if that's actually how it went down.
Yeah.
Camper, if Miranda was like, it's not about the money. I'm pissed that Lizzie went and you didn't tell me. I feel like maybe if things have felt like they've changed too much, because you were saying something feels like it's changed. Like, is this repeat behavior? Is this a pattern? Because it feels like a double standard for her to be like, every other time you guys go out, it's even playing field, but she's not being understanding when the concert was days ago.
I think you should try to push past it and salvage the friendship. This shouldn't be loss of a friendship. You know what I mean? Sometimes people speak passionately, forgive and forget and move on if she's willing to do that. And so are you. I don't think this is grounds for termination of a friendship, but sometimes we all get a little sassy and we get a little nasty. I'm a nasty gal.
I wrote out a little text message if you want.
Let's hear it.
Okay. This is what I would say if you would like to continue the friendship. Hey, Miranda, I feel really bad about how our night turned into such a misunderstanding. I didn't realize this would upset you so much, but I want to be clear in the future so we're both on the same page. This time, I thought giving Lizzie the ticket was fair since I didn't think you could go and you weren't trying to sell the ticket either. Maybe next time we can just agree on what makes sense if one of us can't make it. Send.
That was no notes.
What is she going to say? She can't have she can have not a rebuttal. She can have a response, obviously, but it's like, this is how I feel about it. Where are you standing on this fence?
Unfortunately, Camper, you have to be the bigger person here, and it sucks, but just know your head is held high.
And you have a new t-shirt.
Scary stories around the campfire.
Welcome back to Scary Stories Around the Campfire.
Ooh, it's so chilly.
I'm scared. Well, this story is really scary. And if you have a scary or embarrassing story or a confession or a gossip doc or need advice, you can write into campcounselorspod@gmail.com and campcounselorspodcast
at hotmail.com. We should probably, now that I said that, we should probably claim that.
Hotmail? Oh, no, they can have the Hotmail.
Hotmails. HOTMALES.
Perfect. I was saying more because I wanted more Hotmails. The world needs more Hotmails.
Yes. Well, you've got 2 mids right here.
I love that. So this story starts out, hello, camp counselors.
Hello, Camper.
I absolutely adore you both, but there's no time. I have to jump into one of the scariest events of my life that happened a few days ago. I love that. She's direct. I also hope you share this with other campers that they may, so they don't make the same stupid decision.
This is a learning lesson.
Yeah. So before I start, keep in mind, escalators have always scared me. Even as a little girl, I was afraid of falling and my hair getting sucked into where the elevator meets the landing.
The escalator.
I know, but I think it's an elevator, but I think we meant escalator.
Yeah,
there.
we're talking escalators.
Yeah, of course. Now, back to this terrifying and cautionary tale. I travel for work quite a bit and was so excited to finally get to go to Canada for a 2-week trip. After a long flight and waiting an hour in customs, I was beyond ready to get to the hotel. Since this was such a long trip, my coworker and I had a total of 3 large suitcases, plus my own carry-on.
Okay, so 4 bags, 3 big, 1 mini.
Yes. We ended up running around the airport, confused on where exactly we needed to go to meet our Uber. That always happens in airports. Like the rideshare pickup is 8 years away.
Yeah.
Sucks.
There was one, I think it was Georgia. I believe the Atlanta airport had it painted out so easily.
Yeah.
They had signs on the floor as soon as you get your luggage that point you in the direction, because it is confusing. We had a hard time a couple times where I had to literally talk to security, and I hate talking to security.
My sister told me that when we go to Chicago to just use the taxi line because it's right there, and she's like, don't do the Uber. It's going to take you forever to actually get to the Uber. I think you have to shuttle there. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
No.
So anyways, finally we realized that we needed to go up to the second floor, cross over the airport bridge, above the street below, and then back down again to the rideshare pickup area. Exactly.
So essentially across the street, but they have it like a little bridge.
A sky bridge.
Yeah.
I was mindlessly following my coworker, just trying to get out of this freaking airport. He got on the escalator going up, and I got on behind him. Now, this is where the stupidity kicks in. On this escalator, he had 1 large suitcase in front of him and 1 behind him. And a few steps behind him, I stood with my large suitcase in front of me and my carry-on behind me.
Are they soft case or hard case, I wonder?
He must have been trying to juggle it all and look at his phone for our Uber location.
Stressful.
When all of a sudden, his large suitcase starts to tilt backwards.
Girl.
It was like my life flashed in front of my eyes. I yelled his name. His suitcase tumbles down the escalator towards me, and like the worst imaginable display of suitcase and human dominoes, I was thrown backwards by not just 1, but 2 very large suitcases, very heavy suitcases.
Where's the second one? Is it his or was it hers?
He has 1 in front of him and 1 behind him, and she has 1 in front of her and 1 behind her. So his one behind him
dominoes.
fell and hit hers in front of hers, and then she fell on behind her next one, her little one.
Is a fear. We travel via airport a lot, and I think about it every time. I'm like, I wonder why I haven't witnessed, not that I want to, but it just always feels so unsteady when you have a suitcase on the escalator that only fits the stair.
Yeah.
And then you're going up and you don't have a hand on it because you're doing something else. Like, and they're always like multiple stories.
Well, our camper tumbled down the Canadian airport escalator for what felt like hours.
Oh no.
It was unfortunate how continuous the tumbling was. Thankfully, someone below saw this happening and hit the emergency stop button on the escalator. What a hero.
No, literally. I feel like I would hesitate. This is so bad to say. I would hesitate to call 911 in a situation because I'm like, is it an emergency?
Where's the button?
Oh,
at the
it's in like a
base.
little, yeah, you'll see it.
You have the cracked glass?
Everybody,
I'm just joking.
every time you hit that crazy little hammer, next time you are around an escalator, please locate your emergency stop.
Yeah.
And please know that it might be located behind you.
Well, this also stops the fear of your hair getting sucked into the bit. So it's like, at least it stopped. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to worry about, imagine falling and then that happening as like a byproduct of all this.
Yeah. Oh my God. And she's just falling forever.
Well, she became surrounded by the strangers who had witnessed this horrifying scene. These kind people helped as I scrambled to get off of the death trap.
I would run.
My legs and back are covered in scrapes and later bruises in the stripe pattern of the escalator steps.
Yeah, those are brutal.
It hurts to walk. I was so bummed that I would have to skip walking around the city for a while, but I'm grateful I didn't crack my head open. Love always. The camper holding escalator awareness meetings in Cabin 11.
Oh my God. I'm so glad that you didn't crack your head open. That sucks. It wasn't your fault. It's not like your coworker did it on purpose.
Yeah,
but
but what did he do? Did he buy you dinner? Did he buy you more than one dinner?
Did he check in on you every day?
Because it's like such a harmless mistake, but like, you know what? Like you really injured a person. Their ego, their body, they were already had anxiety about this. So that he should be held responsible.
I'm glad that someone was nice enough to stop the escalator.
Well, I think it's more about like, are you the kind of person that acts and like can think clearly? Do you know people with high anxiety typically work better in a really intense situation because they're already always operating at a high alert?
Do you think that that's the same for me? Because I would consider myself that.
Yeah, but you're not incredibly anxious though. Like anxious people.
Oh, maybe not. Also, I'm now thinking the fact that it felt like she was falling forever because the escalator's going up. So she's just kind of like rolling in one spot. She's like a GIF on loop.
I doubt it. She's falling at like gravity speed.
I know, but she's still going to be catching more stairs than she would have normally.
I saw someone fall down an escalator at a mall once, and it was horrific. The way this woman screamed. I think she broke a hip, to be honest. They had to put her on a stretcher.
Oh my God. Was it an old lady?
Middle-aged. Yeah.
I saw a kid. He got his sweater stuck in the escalator, and I heard him shriek. I don't think it was
out of fear.
Yeah, I think it was out of fear.
Yeah.
But I remember it happening. I was with Mark. We were at the King of Prussia Mall, and it was so terrifying. It was in the JCPenney. I haven't been back to that store, mostly because it closed.
JCPenney loves an escalator, as does a Macy's.
I would take an escalator over an elevator, though. I'm gonna be honest. Elevators they spook me.
I can't step onto an escalator without being really aware. Like I can't like naturally do it. I'm always like, and 1, 2. It feels like I'm jumping into double dutch.
When I was a kid, Mark's mom, my Aunt Joycey, she would make a game out of it when I was with Mark because we were just fucking idiots and we were small. So she would always be like, okay, you got to jump. And she would make us jump to the middle of the metal platform. So I was like, oh my God, I love this game every time I was on it. But it was really to make sure that our shoelaces or nothing got caught in the bottom.
That's why you still jump on them to this day.
Yeah, they're like, sir, you're 31. I'm like, I don't care. Let me do my thing.
Well, that was a truly scary story.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for writing that in.
Okay.
Continue to write in stories for us so we can keep bringing you the content. Please rate and review our show 5 stars wherever you listen. New stuff is on Patreon now. We'll see you next week. The holidays are in full effect, so just get ready for the fun of the season. We just love you guys. We love you guys so much.
Are you ready to jingle your bells? Let's do this.
And with that being said, lights out, campers.